Hello everybody, welcome. It is the 24th of May, and we had another firing in the little kiln after I'd done those modifications. Just here having a look at the graph a minute. So we started slow here, and then temperature went up to about 1350. We then went a bit slower there up to about 1650. We started reduction at 2000 on the pyro. Well, that's actually considerably more than 2000 actually. Yeah, and then it basically finished. I had 2270 on the pyro. I could have gone a little hotter. Yes, I could have gone a little hotter. I didn't quite properly see the cone. Yeah, the cone when it went across, I had it a little bit too low, so it went down. There's a pesky squirrel out there. Maybe that's the one I caught under the hood of my car that's been chewing the insulation under the hood, you know, the sound deadening insulation. Okay, sorry, get back to the topic, Simon. Yeah. So yeah, the cone, what had happened was the cone, as it dropped, it went down and it went out of view, which was not clever on my part. I should have been a bit more attentive to that. Anyway, you live and learn. Okay, let's put the camera on the tripod. Let us open the kiln. So there it is. What I will say is that the firing, although the firing was greatly improved, the reduction I was getting much better, and I was getting a better temperature rise, but it's not quite there where I want it yet. However, I think you'll agree the results are not too bad. Let's whip these out together, have a look at them. Quite a lot of these are available. Yeah, reasonable melt, quite nice iron. I can tell it's just a little cooler than I usually have it. Maybe I'll keep the camera on the tripod and then not move the camera around quite so much. I just want to show them to you in the sunshine because you see the colours so much better. So that is fired nicely. Good reduction. Looking at the clay body, just a little on the cool side, but not bad, not bad. Let's see, another foxglove. Yeah, we're happy with that. We're happy. This was I don't know if you remember, I did a mug that had a picture of Jerusalem that I did on the front of it, sgraffito. Yeah, quite nice. Put those on the shelf over here. Right, let's see what else we got. Yeah, I have three pictures here. These came out pretty nice, I thought. This one is actually taken. This is a replacement for one I sent out. It got smashed on the way to Washington State. I don't know what USPS was doing, but they crunched the box. But that came out Quite nice, quite crisp. That's the glaze, which is that wood ash 50%, red clay 50%. That's it. It's a good raw glaze for applying onto leather hardware. Alright, there's that one. And there's this one. This is also nice. I think that one is going to be available. There's another one here which is, I'm hanging on to that one myself just for the moment because I can. So yeah, every once in a while, you know, don't just get rid of every pot you make. There's something about a pot that speaks to you. Just live with it for a few days or weeks or months, you know what I mean? Don't just sell it, keep it. Some more of these. Yeah, they came out fine. That one. Yeah. And grind off the bottoms of your pots. Like that. This is slightly different. Now this one's got thumb indentations on the bottom there. And it doesn't have a fishtail, it has that kind of ending. That one's got a date stamp on it, 2018. Okay, put them over here. Okay, what we've got to do now is take out the shelf. So here's a tip. Sometimes props underneath, they stick to your shelf. And when you lift up the shelf, you lift up a prop with it that you cannot see underneath. And as you lift it up, it then falls off onto the pots below. So a good tip is just to rock the shelf like that before you That's Harry, my neighbour. Just rock the shelf a little bit and that will just release the props, you see. And now you can lift it up and away. Up and away. Okay, let's have a look what we got down here. So I'm looking for things like, is the reduction good down here? What's the temperature? Where's the cone? There it is. See, that darn cone had fallen down. I put it a little bit too low. And if you notice, the cone, you see, hasn't actually gone all the way over. That's why I'm saying the firing is exhibiting a little bit of there's that one, and there's the one from the firing before. And here's the thing, I think what I should do is I should put it onto, I had it on a little prop, so you can see on the right here the cone has fallen off the side, it's gone down. It's actually better if it goes onto a flat surface like this, and then it can, as it bends, it can then touch. You want it to, the end of the cone to touch on something, because then you get then it can start to snake. You see the cone. It all gives, these are all indications of temperature. Well, clearly you can see that cone has, I should have just kept it going a little longer. Never mind, silly me. Okay, lesson learnt. Okay, what have we got here? Well, nice little T-ball. It's a little bit hotter down the bottom there. Down here, this is the front face of the kiln, you see, on this side here. This is the back face. So the flame is coming out here, hitting these deflector bricks, shooting upwards. This is really the hottest point of the kiln here. Little bud vase. Yeah. I've seen worse. You can always have better. This is wax. Remember, I did these wax decorations. Got a little bit of that. See that how the iron is breaking through here. Now some people will look at that and think, oh, that's a fault, that's a second. No, it is not a second. Don't be silly. You're looking at it with the wrong eyes if you think that's a second just because it's got that. That gives interest, that gives beauty, doesn't it? There you are. There's what are they? Plants in your garden, or there may be seagulls flying away. Something like that. Here's another one. These were these wax. You saw me actually decorate these, if you remember. So this is not exhibiting signs of being so cool. This is better. This is better, Tom. Okay, let's get these over here. I forgot, you know, like last time when I did the firing, I had some pots down the side at the bottom, didn't I? Remember, I had some pots down here and down in there. I completely forgot to put any down there. This was the tea bowl I threw with one hand. That's why it's a little bit odd shape. Well, it's not too bad. Yeah, it was just me showing off to myself, see if I could do it. It's quite nice, isn't it? Pleasing. Whoa, man, we've got the wind out today. We've got sunshine and wind. Yep, that's quite nice. That's the cobalt wash with the iron oxide grasses. I've got a few of those in here. Any of these are available. If anybody's interested, give me a shout. Oh no, there's some birds. Flying away. Flying away. Yep. And we got another of these. That's got a date stamp on that one, 2018. Alright, and lastly, down here I've got these guys. These are whoa! What's going on? Getting crazy on me. These are pestles for my pestles and mortars. They're quite nicely reduced actually. These are for my little hand palm mortars and pestles. So yeah, I usually fire them like that up on a pad of clay. On a little pad of clay. Should keep these where they could be good counters, couldn't they, for playing some game. So there's that and that and that. I'll put the counter there, stop them rolling. Yes, folks, so there we have it. Yes, if any of these grab you and you're interested in any of them, grab the date stamp off the video and send me an email and we'll talk about those. So there we are. There's the contents of that firing. It's, you know, it's not a great lot of pots, I know, but it's a small kiln, and you know, yeah, if I could fire it, I think I can even knock off possibly another hour even off the time. So what am I going to do now to improve it? I'm thinking that what I'm going to do, so it's still stalling out a little. It could be improved. So I'm thinking that down here where where I showed you this archway, this little bit of a broad arch here, I may just raise it up a little bit more, shave a bit more off that. Okay, that's one thing.